A cumulative experience of around 13 years, and in this short period of time, he has already been chosen as the 25 CSR professionals of the country as per the CSR Times, and also declared among the 50 most influential leaders in CSR by the World CSR Congress. So welcome, Praveen. So with this, I would request Praveen to start the discussion.
नमस्कार, गुड आफ्टरनून। ऐसे तो मैं अपनी मातृभाषा का प्रयोग करना चाहता था, मगर मैं देख रहा हूँ कि काफ़ी डाइवर्स ऑडियंस है, so I'll be using English for my bit of talk for the day. Chakravarti sir, first of all, when I was being invited to be your co-panelist on this subject, I first thought, am I a misfit for today's discussion? Because honestly speaking, आज जो इतनी सारी discussion हुई है, a lot of discussion has happened since morning. I had to go to my mobile, Google Assistant, to understand a lot of terminologies which has been talked here. I'm not an expert for health. I'm not an expert for family planning. So let me admit this. But later I realized that yes, this is very much needed because we felt it as a need. So to start with, I talk of 2013. But before that, let me first of all significantly tell you that you use the terminology for corporate called investment, not expenditure. So I'm glad about it. If somebody is thinking about nivesh, investment from corporate, that we are putting in some efforts, some participation, some volunteerism. Okay, otherwise, most of the time, the expectation is only expenditure, where there's no participation, it's just the money. Okay, so thank you for that, whosoever has, designed this overall agenda for the day. All right, so I come back to 2013. Like any other corporate, I represent Minda Corporation Limited. We were also doing health checkup camps. ये सबसे fancy चीज होती है. This is the most basic CSR thing which all the corporates do to go to the community and to make their existence. We were also doing the same. एक चालाकी हमने करी थी. One smart thing that we did was medical camps ends up with some findings, and the medical team has to provide a report to us, and we used to look at it. We used to collect the findings of all the medical camps that we've been doing in the community. We have done it for 10,000 people across India. These findings were there with us. We use the Excel sheet, master sheet, the tools, technological tools to identify what is happening around. And we get to know that there are issues related to women. Nothing new, it's known to all of you. It's known to the rest of the world as well. We also get to know there were findings. We were majorly doing in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Haryana, these 5 states, where in the proximity of our factories, a little lesser privileged sections were residing there, and we did the camps out there. Then we did some consultation with the government department also. I'm glad to see that the CS and the DPMs present today for today's deliberation here. I can correlate a lot of things today. We did a consultation with them to understand the subject and then developed our understanding. We had a few members in our team. We have a team of approximately 25 dedicatedly working for CSR. But we thought of getting one person who is an expert of health. So my colleague Pallavi is sitting here. We hired her and we told her that please help us understanding this subject. First of all, ye hota kya hai? And then let's start working on it. Why? Because the problem statement was identified out of these medical camps. They were related to women. Gynecologists were brought in. Some specialized medical camps were also conducted. And then we found that yes, this looks like a need, and that supplements our own way of working, that we would address to those problems which are identified as a need. We would not be supplying a tailor-made CSR program in a community. Healthcare was one of the new subjects for us 2013, with some focus group discussions and all. We get to know there are problems related to women are anemic, they are prone to vaginal and reproductive disease, hygiene practices are compromised, menstrual cycle problems are there, pregnancy related problems are there, and yes, some IMR and MMR data was also there, which were available with the government website as well, checking it with the ANMs and ASHA workers. Right, the problem was identified. 2014, we prioritized the problems. I'm talking a little away from FP. I'm talking on menstrual hygiene practices. We started working on it, but we were not experts. We got some partners here. We got Jatan Sansthan, an NGO from Rajasthan. We got Global Hunt Foundation to do pre and post assessments. And then Unicharm as well, who were one of the domain experts for menstrual hygiene. And started working with them with some 1,000 women in these 5 states. Result came. I would not call it impact, but result came. Impact is a bigger terminology. Then, while doing this menstrual hygiene program, we were in touch with the government and the community, and then checking it with the community, women particularly. It was women-centric initially. We get to know that the next connected thing that we need to address is FP, family planning. ये सारा चीज यहीं से शुरुआत हो रहा है. These are all connected. The base, the root was FP. Therefore, we then decided to go for family planning, and somehow we could meet Pathfinder International in 2014, and then we conceived a program. We thought of supplementing to the cause which Pathfinder was working with many other organizations, the UN commitment as well, Every Woman, Every Child program. We tried to know what do we do with this program. Jagrukta, awareness की बात थी, family planning methodologies, barriers which has to be broken, what are the benefits, what are the economic benefits, and how do we ensure the women empowerment. So all these things were told by Pathfinder to us. Then we started working. What was our strength was the community. We had a good reach within the community. We made a commitment to them that we can reach to another few thousands of women in these states with our presence, with our grassroots team. And then collectively, we started working with Pathfinder International. We reached to 3,000 women till last year. So our commitment was also there with Every Woman, Every Child program to reach to 3,000 women. We have so far reached statistically 3,024 women with this program. It was a great journey. There was some pre-questionnaire to understand what are the existing practices, and there was some post-assessments also conducted. I'll take a minute to tell you that there's some changes which has happened. 83% of women became aware what is called FP. I'm saying what is called FP. They were not aware about it. Sorry, I might think that many of the government representatives may not like these statistics, but let me admit and tell you that this has happened. This has also happened in Maharashtra. CSR is sitting here. So we were working in Rajguru Nagar, sir, and this is the statistics from Rajguru Nagar. Also, women started knowing their body. They were not aware about their body. The program that we did with Pathfinder, it has one session about the women's body. So far it was women-centric. 90% understood what is menstruation. That's a little different subject. They were not aware about the government programs also in many of the places. So with this program, we could reach to ASHA workers, Angaman workers, and then we can connect to the community. So we had to make an assessment, and we tried to understand whether it is working or it's not working. So I checked with my team, Pallavi is here, and I said, how did we start? We started with reaching to daughter-in-law. बहुओं को सबसे पहले हमने टारगेट किया. Then बेटियों को टारगेट किया. So these daughters and daughter-in-laws were coming to our program, but not mother-in-laws. So the next step was to bring in the second phase to the mother-in-laws to the program. Then we understood that men are also important for this program. That's another set of learning. And there were challenges, there were huge lot of challenges because the community was not receptive to something called family planning and its methodologies that we all have talked about. I'm going to skip all that, talking that what are the challenges that we have faced. And the next challenge is to bring in the Sasur, the father-in-law. So this is how we have set our own indicators for making assessment for this program, whether it's becoming participatory and successful or not. Some statistics are really good. I'm glad about it. Now, I'll take last 1 minute, sir, to tell you what are the way forward that we have thought of. We have to track these families, whether the things are working or not. We have to further get more government representatives from the health department for it. We are going to add upon nutrition, reproductive health we have already added on. And we would further be looking at the reconstitution of our own commitment with Pathfinder, and we are open to all collaborations. This is a beautiful example. This overall program is a beautiful example of SDG 17, Partnership for Goals. We all are working collectively, and we are very much open to join hands with like-minded people. A bit of CSR, sir. I saw the statistics recently. 27% of the spending was in healthcare last year, 18-19 in CSR. I rarely know an organization working on family planning out of this 27%. If anyone of you know, can aware me about it. Second, I yet feel as if I may be wrong about it. There is some isolation. There are good works being done in different corners, but the collective action is yet missing. That's my understanding. I might be wrong about it. And the last thing which I would like to end up with, possibly, that's my personal thinking, मेरी व्यक्तिगत राय है, हो सकता है मैं गलत हूँ, कि एक कानून की आवश्यकता है देश में, और उस कानून को जनसंख्या नियंत्रण के लिए सरकार और हम कैसे निर्धारित कर सकते हैं. Because today I get to know that you can even become an advocate without a degree. So a lot of advocates sitting here. So all these advocates have this role to play. That is all from my end. Thank you. Thank you.